Yeah, let's talk about Barca, man. Obviously, if you guys don't know, I had the pleasure, along with Cam, of traveling out to Baltimore, where Barcelona were obviously on their US tour playing AC Milan. We got the pleasure to interview Robert Lewandowski, legendary striker of the game, ask him about Hansi Flick, talk about the season coming up, Lamine Yamal, his legacy as a center forward. All that's coming out next week in a full interview you can find on my YouTube channel. Make sure to keep an eye out for that. But he spoke to us about how excited he was to reunite with Hansi Flick, talking about obviously, he had the best individual season of his career. Bayern won a sextuple in that season, and how good that team was going forward. One thing about Hansi Flick, right? Obviously, since that first year at Bayern, it's been up, it's been down. The fiasco of the German national team, it hasn't been smooth sailing for him. But one thing you can guarantee with a Hansi Flick team is that his side is going to play high risk, high reward, and highly entertaining football. His team are going to create chances. His team are going to score goals. And if this first few weeks of Barcelona's season are anything to go off of, the proof's in the pudding. Today, they wiped their opposition out 7-0. Let me read you a few of the scores today. 7-0 against Valladolid. And if I'm not mistaken, Valladolid, a team that Real Madrid narrowly beat 2-0 last week. I'm not wrong in saying that, right? Oh no, it was 3-0 to kind of finish off the game. But let's be real. First half, Valladolid nullified Madrid. And in the second half, yeah, Fede got that free kick off a deflection, and Madrid got those 2 late goals. But Valladolid largely frustrated Madrid last week. This week, they offered no resistance to Barcelona. 7-0. 3 for Raphinha. Another one for Lewandowski, taking his tally up to 4 goals on the season. 1 goal for Jules Kounde. A goal for new signing Dani Olmo, his second in a week. And then Ferran Torres, the boy. 7 goals on the day. 23 shots, 11 on target, 71% possession for Barcelona. Just complete and utter domination. And look, we got a few Barca fans in here. When is the last time you saw Barcelona look as ruthless and as all-encompassing and as menacing as they did today and as they have been in the start of the season? How long has it been? Guys are saying MSN era. I wasn't even going to go that far. I was going to say maybe 2018, 2017, MSN days. It's been a long time. Barcelona look absolutely irresistible at the moment. And I think a lot of people entered this season thinking, look, Madrid won the league, cruise control last year. They're adding the best player in the world in Kylian Mbappe. How do Barcelona stand any chance? And I have to be honest with you guys, right? I'm not a fan of Barcelona's transfers this season. I know it's not really their fault. Financially, they're a mess. But when I look at the business that they did, I think letting go of Gundogan for free, that's a blow. I think not signing a defensive midfielder, even though Bernal is out for basically the rest of I think he's out for the season, right? ACL injury. For a kid that young, devastating. Not being able to bring in a holding midfielder, which you really haven't replaced Busquets for the last year or so now. Dani Olmo, good player, good addition, but was he really a priority signing for Barcelona? The failure to secure Nico Williams financially, I don't think it was a great transfer window for Barcelona. But despite all of this, they've started the season absolutely purring. Lamine is carrying off where he left off in the Euros. What a sensation, man. What an absolute stud. This kid is the truth. If you didn't know it already, get to know. Lewandowski, a player that most fans were kind of assuming is on his last legs. The last 2 years at Barca haven't been great. I know he won the Pichichi his first year there, but the decline from those Bayern days was so dramatic, especially last season. The way Lewandowski has started the season this year, a man on a mission. Did I save him? Did me and Cam save him? Hey, we might have. If I have to take credit for that, then I'll take credit for that. Raphinha, hat-trick today. Again, another player that looks revitalized. You look at the quality they have in midfield. Pedri, Gavi, Fermin Lopez, Dani Olmo. It's sensational. Kubarsi in the back. You talk about young, exciting Barcelona talents. Kubarsi has to be near the top of the list. One of the finest ball-playing center backs out there at the moment. What a difference a manager makes, honestly. Hats off to Hansi Flick. He's taken a lot of flack since that season at Bayern. But I've always been a fan. I think his football, look, it's not for everybody. It's very high risk, very high reward. And I always fear that kind of high line that he plays is almost kamikaze at times. It's almost a bit of a catch-22. Yes, the way he suffocates teams is incredible, but he also leaves room for a lot of counterattacks from the opposition. But it almost looks like he's adapted in this last year off away from football. His team seems a bit more in control now. And let's see, right? It's a long season for Barcelona. They've started the season incredibly, but it's a long year. And you got a very strong Atletico Madrid team. And you have a Madrid team that have started the season slowly. But look, they have enough talent that once they start clicking, if they do, it's going to be very hard to stop them. But I think Barcelona deserve massive, massive, massive credit for this season so far. Very impressive. A lot of injuries as well too. No De Jong. No Araujo. No Christensen. What do I expect the Barcelona season? I expect them to compete on all fronts. And you guys might think that's harsh because look, they're not the complete finished article. I get that. I'm not asking them to win every single trophy. But I have very high expectations for football clubs, for institutions of this caliber. Barcelona, for me, are a top 2 biggest club on the planet, just behind Real Madrid. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter who's playing for them. It doesn't matter what their financial situation is. The minute those 11 players walk onto the pitch, donning the Blaugrana colors, the expectations are to compete for everything. And they're expected to compete in a certain manner as well, too. So I expect Barcelona, for the first time in a while, to put a serious challenge for the Champions League. And I expect them to put a serious challenge for La Liga. I don't think I'm harsh in saying that. Are they going to win it? I don't think so. I'm not expecting them to win it, but I'm expecting them to look serious this year. And I think they will. I'm very, very impressed by Barcelona.